One of FPL's waviest conversations. Let's go! Welcome to Beyond The Sidelines. A mad got mad.
Because you lot probably want to care about what this game is.
There's no Tottenham fans in the group, but the Arsenal fans smoke up Tottenham all the time.
Listen, I would have never have chosen that drink to be.
This is what I'm saying.
You are a madman.
You might see the soap being dropped, all sorts. Don't worry about it.
What?
Hey, wait. But you gotta give an answer, bro. Like,
yeah. So I'm attacking. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit on the fence. I'm gonna attack him.
but speculate to accumulate. So we speculate.
Follow us and subscribe and share on all of our platforms.
All right, welcome to the Gameweek 38 review. We're doing something different. Pilot, this is cozy, bro. You picked the wrong time. Nah, there's never a wrong time to go on holiday, innit? But
No, never wrong.
yeah,
time.
this would have been a vibe with Pilot still. 100%.
He's enjoying in Asia.
Anyway, before we get into this, we just need to let the people know that over the summer, we're going to be active. We're linking up like once a week, and we're just going to be still delivering that BTS energy. So, yeah, man. You boys ready to get into this?
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go. Intros, yeah. So in the league, I'm Corey Hendricks 10. Tell a friend, else chat to them.
It's your boy L's in the flesh, L Ballers in the league, Dan the man with a plan. Craig, what are you saying?
Oh, it's catch this KSR, catch you if you can in the league. Yeah, season. I guess review.
Season finale.
Last episode for our BTS league as well, included and FPL. But yeah, let's chat.
Let's go into this, man.
Yeah.
All right, Icebreaker, boys, yeah. Final game week. Let's go through the different sections of the Premier League table, and let's talk about top 7. And my first question is, did Forest bottle it?
Yep.
100%.
They did, and I tell you why as well. More so, we spoke about this on. We're actually on FPL Juice. Shout out Nick and Ash. But yeah, we spoke about the fact that the owner of Nottingham Forest decided to ban Gary Neville from doing commentary. He had a little bit of a rant as well and a rage 2 weeks ago to Nuno on the pitch. Tried to blame it on something else. I think something happening to their second striker. The fact that something to do with the injury, but we know otherwise and have heard otherwise.
Glad he's recovering well, by the way.
Yeah.
Coma's serious.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, for the position that they were in, and where they were, and to have that home advantage as well in the last game of the season. Yeah, you got to say that they bottled it, surely.
Yeah.
And we looked at the stats as well while the game was going on.
Yeah.
Nothing was going on. Nothing was going on for them.
Where do you think they bottled it? Because for me, some Forest fans will say, look, we're just grateful to be in the party considering where we were. So do you think they overperformed and this is their natural position? Or do you think there was some mistakes by the manager or the pressure got to the team whereby they flopped? Where do you think it went wrong?
Look, it's Nottingham Forest, and this season they was in top 4 competition. I think it's obvious that they was overperforming this season. But for me, where they went wrong is they didn't capitalize on their overperformance and ensure that it could have been one season to remember. Don't get me wrong, even Nottingham Forest finishing 7th is still good for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
But they could have done better.
All right. I'm going to give you guys, so if there's a game that comes to mind for Forest, the 2-2 draw with Leicester 3 games ago.
Yeah.
If they'd won that, they would be 67 points. They would have been 5th. They would have got Champions League.
Yeah, 100. I think that was a big. I mean, they had a few home fixtures as well, home games, and I feel like they just disappointed. I think Chris Wood's form. I think he dropped off right at the end as well. I think he lost momentum, and unfortunately, he was a bit limp in the end.
Yeah.
He was a bit floppy towards the end of that, and that affected them big time.
Yeah,
and Hudson-Odoi as well.
Also as well, I think the other game that kind of messed up for them is they lost to Everton. It was like 1-0 in April.
Yeah.
Those 2 games alone were games that you expect them
at
to
home.
win.
At home as well.
Both games at home. They really should have won those, and it'd be a different story today.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Everton and Leicester. Leicester being the crime, like you can't justify that one, innit?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I did say that would be a big one because that is a Midlands derby anyway.
Yeah.
But Everton, definitely. Everton and Leicester, that should have been points there. Definitely dropped the ball.
And they conceded in the 81st minute as well. Nah, that
Against
is
who?
Leicester, yeah.
They
2-1
won it
up.
2-1.
Yeah.
Chris Wood scored the second goal.
Yeah.
They are at this moment in time. I mean, they're in Europe, but they're vexed.
Yeah.
They're not happy about that. And I guess now we know who will be, I guess, in getting Champions League football one way or another. There'll be 6 teams. First time, I think, ever.
Who do you rate for getting in European football this season?
Newcastle.
Nah.
I rate Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea. You rate them. And definitely we're a big force.
The way
they don't deserve to be there.
The way they started the season, the sort of game they've been playing throughout the season, and then to finish it up and be like, Champions League football, a myth.
Do you know what it is, yeah? With Chelsea, when we look at their last couple of games, when it mattered, they got the points.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So Chelsea, they had Forest today, which wasn't an easy game, but they still got the 1-0.
Yeah.
So when that was a cup final, that was Europa League cup final, and when it counted, they got the point. So I hear it, man.
Yeah, 100.
Hey, man, them Aston Villa though against Man United. Craig, talk on Villa, Man United.
Yeah.
Talk on that.
So obviously, I expected seeing the team as well today from the outset. Onana weren't in the team. Garnacho weren't in the team, and not just in the team, they weren't in the squad. Nowhere to be seen. We know that Amarin spoke, or there are rumours that he spoke in the week saying that 13 players need to pack up their bags and leave in whatever way that would be, loan or sell or whatever. And he stuck to his word. There were people on the bench I didn't think would be on the bench, people not in the team that I didn't think would be in the not in the team. So and they decided to perform today. Obviously, poor Aston Villa performance. With the icing on top of the friggin' cake with Martinez flopping it for all of us. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this guy because he deserves. You know what? He actually gets a lot of yellow cards as well. I've actually clocked it because of his attitude.
He's reckless.
He's so reckless. And last game of the season, you play FPL, you've got Martinez in your squad, and he goes and gets -2, -1, -2. Poor. But yeah, United win the last game. They end up in the league 15th.
Yep.
So not great, but it is what it is. They beat Villa. They messed up their chances, and I guess Rashford that would be a bit of banter now flying around.
Yeah.
Since Rashford's probably been laughing at them before, and like, you guys are out, didn't win this, didn't win that, but he's got to go back there now and get sold most likely. So
do you know what though? There's something about that game that I found quite interesting. Is even though Martinez got sent off, that was like basically at half time, just before half time.
Yeah.
But the build up of that game. And throughout that first half, United was all over Villa.
Yeah, you guys woke up.
Yeah.
It was all over them.
Yeah.
So Villa coming into that game, I feel as though they went in the right mindset from the get-go.
Yeah, 100.
So we know what United has been capable of this season, and what we saw against Villa. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking,
you know what?
Do Villa realise they need to win this for Champions League football?
Yeah, exactly. And I hate when players do that. That just shows that you have not been putting it in the season. You're making a mockery of the club, the fans, everyone that you can think of. Yourself. You got to look yourself in the mirror and say, listen, I could have been doing this weeks ago. We had a final the other day. Why didn't I do this then?
Yeah.
There's nothing on the line.
10 men though.
But
they were doing well before the 10
But
men.
also, do you think there's an aspect of this that Villa came into this game thinking it's only United?
I would. I wouldn't as a professional, but I can understand why a team would do that.
I saw someone write as well. Watkins had never scored against United. He's never scored against United. Never.
The record continues.
The record can,
Alright, so moving on,
Yep.
I want to talk about 8th to 11th now. So we got Brighton, Bournemouth, Brentford and Fulham. Brighton, debut manager, Hertzler. Sorry, boys, wait. Before we continue, it's cool to keep this in. We want to save this for the end of season review, innit? We don't want to go too deep.
Into what?
Or should we continue?
I mean, it depends. Are you talking about the Premier League, or what is it that you're about to say?
No, I'm just saying that right now we're going through the Premier League. Quick summary of the season.
Yeah.
Do we want to save this for an end of season review, or are we good continuing this as a little icebreaker?
Nah, I think we can continue talking about it. I mean, the season just finished.
Yeah, cool. So Hertzler, debut season, he came from Division 1 Germany. He came from the Championship in Germany.
Yeah.
He's done well.
But he, to be fair, just like I guess you could say Klopp in a way.
Yeah.
He was given a team. He brought in a couple of players, but nothing really ground shattering.
Yeah.
And I feel like the team that he had, and also the club itself, their setup, everything that Brighton have been for the last 4 years, it was there when he walked in. They are a good football club. Do you know what I mean? They got good ethics and ethos there. I can't see him going in and it being messy. Do you understand? He didn't have to do too much with that squad. You know, so very, very neat and tidy when they want to be. Balanced. They play like very, very technical most of the time as well. They don't really risk too much when they play either. So I don't think he's doing, you know, I think he's done all right. He's done well.
He's done well.
But I feel like Graham Potter was the one that started all this. He came from like...
Well, but you say that, but he's brought in a new tactic and style of football. He's brought in a system into Brighton.
Nah, but the manager before, what was his name?
No, but he's not copied his tactics, though.
You know what I'm talking about?
Not Potter,
No,
De
not
Zerbi.
Potter. De Zerbi, yeah.
But De Zerbi and Hertz's style of play are different.
Are they that much different, no?
They're not. They're similar, but they're still unique. Like for example, Hertzler was saying something like he's not a big fan of labeling formations. He's more of, he's like the Inter Milan manager. He's like, it's all about filling up the position. So if one player goes here, rotate. And he does the thing where 2 centre backs, or like say 3 at the back, but he likes the banks in attack. So I think he deserves credit for debut season getting 8th.
I guess so, yeah. Right,
Big him up. What do you lot have to say about Bournemouth, Brentford, Fulham?
Bournemouth, Brentford, Fulham.
It's kind of expected.
I think they've all played exciting football as well. I think they've played a different style of football.
I'd say Brentford and Bournemouth more than Fulham.
I think Fulham started the season. They were exciting. They were going at it. You had the likes of Iwobi, Jimenez, Smith Rowe started really well. A few of them were doing Muniz when they first started the season. They were playing a certain style, and you were like, these guys are playing like it was refreshing to watch them. Refreshing to watch Bournemouth as well, the way that they attack.
The thing about
Brentford as well,
their inconsistency this season. They're very unlucky. If they could have kept up those,
they would have been up there.
They would have been a problem.
They had something that a lot of teams in the top half
didn't have. Was it home form? They started with good home form,
and then
they lost it, and then they picked. But
then it was just like anyway. It might be an away game, we'll bang. Then it might be a home game, we'll lose. And we'll win the next home, lose the next away.
But having Wisser and Mbeumo in your team, as like, I mean, any team in the top 6, 7, 8 would take.
All right, so let me give a shout out to Brentford now, because you can't
and their
mention
manager as well. I've forgotten his name.
Frank, yeah. So
Thomas Frank.
Mbeumo and Wisser, 4th and 6th top scorers. Mbeumo with 20 goals, Wisser with 19. Mbeumo 27 goal assist contributions, and Wisser with 23. That's a phenomenal return, you know.
You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like money. So
that is, their stock went up.
That sounds 100%. like teams are going to want to take them away from that. Like that having that. That's expensive. That's expensive.
Do you know where Brentford got let down? It's their defence. Look at this. Goal scored 66. Arsenal scored 69 second. Chelsea scored 64. Newcastle scored 68. So they had the attack on smash. It's the defence.
Do you know what's funny? I'm looking at the top 10
they have
top
an elite
scorers
attack
in the league. And there's only 2 teams that have players from the same team, and it's Brentford and Wolves.
Really?
Who's Wolves got?
Cunha and Larson.
What, Larson made it to top? See? That's the importance of having a striker. All right,
that's the thing that the top teams had it right with their defense, but not right with their attack. And the ones, and that just shows you, I guess, attack v defense. In the end, doesn't it? It shows you what's more safe and what gets the job done. What attacking players are probably not as important they maybe might think. to start off with to get you in that position. But then when you're there, you're like, oh, I wish I had some of these guys.
Yeah.
If some of those players had been playing for the Arsenals, the Chelseas,
And
you know,
giving them the returns as well.
they'd be gone. They'd be winning leagues. They'd be winning leagues. Those returns for Arsenal, put that in Arsenal. They'd
Oh
be
my
winning
days, yeah, we win the league.
With and
with one of them.
Bremo, along with
Just one of
everybody
them.
else.
We win the league
Oh
with
yeah,
just one of them.
one. Yeah. Take one of them.
That's mad.
Take either one of them.
Yeah. So if we move on to Palace, Everton, and West Ham, let's do it in sections. Yeah. I mean,
Palace.
big up David Moyes. He came in, turned it around from Dyche.
Yeah.
But Palace boys,
Yeah,
we've enjoyed Palace on FPL.
I'll tell you one thing. You see Glasner, you know we were talking about, we didn't actually get to it, I think, manager of the season. He gets manager of the season.
For you,
100%. Glasner, he gets manager of the season.
Not
The
for
man
me,
has gone in there.
not for me.
We'll
We'll talk end of season review.
I think he gets it. I think he gets it.
I rate him, and I like what he's done at Crystal Palace.
I think he's transformed.
I've enjoyed watching Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Like you know,
Fun.
And you've enjoyed collecting points from Crystal
Yeah.
Palace.
Listen, Sarr, Eze, and Munoz.
Yeah.
Even Henderson from time to time.
In your rise in FPL, Palace was a big part of that, weren't they?
Munoz,
yeah, and so, yeah.
And then Mateta.
And then yeah.
But I think I give credit to Dean Henderson as well. He did really well in goal. Their back four, Lacroix.
Good signing.
Listen, good centre back, you know.
And good signing. And good signing.
Have you watched him? He plays kind of like Saliba.
Yeah. And good signing.
You know, don't dismiss those centre backs. And thing as well, Gay.
Yeah.
Those two at the back
Yeah,
were solid
100%.
this season. Do you know what I mean?
Out of those three, I would say West Ham underperformed the most.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, well,
With the squad they have.
They had a shocking start to this.
Poor, yeah. In the
Crazy.
Premier League, it's not easy to recover from a bad start.
No, yeah, 100.
It's not easy.
100.
All right, then we move on to United, Wolves, and Tottenham. United 15th, good win against Villa, albeit 10 men. We all know what the culture's saying about United, so we don't need to brag on that right now.
But Wolves, it's crazy to think the amount of times that Ait Nouri done a Mazza for our FPL. So you'd think to yourself, if you actually consider how poor they've been in the season, then think, but Ait Nouri was giving me points. Yo, those were
He was.
attacking
Yeah,
returns.
It was at the beginning of the season. It was really like for first half of the season. I should say he was. And I just think as well, looking at those three, obviously we all know about United. We know the story. We know what happened. Wolves, I think, probably around where people put them, maybe. And then would you say West Ham as well? Yeah. So West Ham should have done better.
Yeah.
With the squad that they had.
With the squad
do you remember
they
in the
had.
beginning of the season, we were like, wow, they've signed about 8 players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I when I look at West Ham, I think they on paper should have done better than Fulham.
On paper, they had
on paper.
Fulkrug, they had
On paper.
Somerville came in, they had
Bowen.
Wan-Bissaka came in. Bowen was obviously there.
Their
In
regular
I like
performance.
Wan-Bissaka.
Wan-Bissaka, yeah.
When things started going well for
Yeah.
West Ham, he was involved.
Yeah, 100%. Their team was like, when you look at it, they should have done better with what they had.
Yeah.
And then when I look at United as well, we had a conversation and we were talking about this. You get money for where you finish in the league, right? You get a bit more, right?
Yeah.
They
Prize
just got a bit more than they thought they'd probably end up with. Little bit more than where they thought they would be. Because they probably United. Because you for your league
15th
position.
instead.
Yeah, instead of 18th. Where were we? 17th, sorry. 17th, we probably getting, I don't know what the difference is.
I think it's marginal without seeing the cost.
I don't think it's that marginal though. I think it's like a couple mil.
No, but the
At
difference
least.
between 15th and like 7th or 8th.
That's a big
Yeah.
But I still think they get a couple mil
Yeah,
at least.
yeah.
That mil is something. Do you know what I mean?
Look, for United right now, every little helps. So
Yeah. That will help.
With the relegation teams, you know what I'm disappointed about? If you look at last season, Luton, like Luton got relegated, but they played with heart and they won a lot of people over, didn't they? Like a lot of did you not want to see Luton stay up?
yes.
Yes, I did.
Given where they came from and what they was doing in the league. I didn't get that feeling from any of these relegation teams.
No, I didn't really. I didn't care about Southampton State. Leicester, I've got a soft spot for Leicester. Obviously.
Okay. Oh yeah, history.
But Ipswich, I wasn't really bothered about. Leicester, I expected them to stay up. To be
Yeah.
honest, I really did. But they didn't sign anyone. They signed hardly anyone. They signed a couple players,
Okay.
and they weren't good enough.
I'll be honest with you guys, yeah. If I think the gap between the Premier League and the Championship is so big now that if I am a Championship team
You gotta-
that's coming up, I don't mind you not signing players if you're going to use that money to build to come again. It's almost like getting promoted from the championship.
You know you're going back down.
But invest and do the iterations.
Yeah.
The thing is though, even if you consider Leicester staying up and you think to yourself, so who would have went down if you go by team by team?
Well, I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at it now. Tottenham are there. Tottenham are there.
No. But we thought Wolves.
We would have thought.
Yeah. Wolves was at risk of relegation.
And Everton before Moyes came in.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't come like October to Christmas. I don't think we're saying Wolves are definitely going to stay up.
No, and Everton as well.
Yeah.
Everton were down there.
Yeah.
Moyes came in and turned everything around.
Yeah.
They were down. They were struggling.
Yeah.
Everton probably would have been the nearest team that you would have thought Leicester would have been able
I think
to.
so
If
as
they
well.
can do it a little bit more.
And it also just shows that whenever these teams will go down, and you probably see one of these or two of these teams will be in the playoffs next season.
Yeah,
Come back up.
That's a current thing.
if they can keep their players.
Yeah. However, Leicester just lost Mr. Leicester. So now I don't know. They're gonna
Mr. Leicester, James,
Vardy.
James.
Hey, hang
Listen.
tight, James Vardy.
And,
Yeah, man.
anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about our teams. Yeah. Who wants to go first? I'll go first.
Go on,
All right. So, I needed results. I done an investment 8, and I'm just gonna go straight into pain. 44 points with a bench boost. Investment 8 on Saka. No, not Saka. Trossard, Martinez, and Wissa. Trossard got an assist. Martinez got sent off, -2. He's a fool. And Wissa got 1. So actually, my net transfers gave me, all in all, -1. Sorry. 5 months. 3. Net 3. From 3 man.
From 3 guys.
Poor. And Martinez, I'm sorry to say, last game with Villa, they needed you for Champions League, and you effed them.
Do you know what the worst thing about Martinez is as well? Because I also have
Martinez. What are you saying? The one thing
about Martinez, I just checked it as well. He's suspended obviously till August the 23rd. So even if he was to stay, he'd be suspended for next season. Season starts.
He's a clown.
Season starts on the 8th, right?
He's a
So what's that? That's 2 games, bro.
I don't think Villa would have been planning on starting him if he were.
Yeah, true.
No, obviously, but
After making them get sent off in this sort of game.
That's 2 games.
And let me ask you two a question. If you're in the Villa dressing room right now, and you, if you're in the Villa dressing room and you see Martinez and he just cost you Champions League,
player.
I might.
Player.
I'm rushing him.
I think he's gonna. And I can imagine there's a couple of players that in the team that don't get along with him probably because he doesn't seem like exactly the. Like I don't know if I'm wrong. People tell me in it, but I don't feel like he's the kind of guy that's like got a whole lot of friends and all that. Like, do you know what I mean?
So he's not that likable.
Nah, I don't think so, blood. So
I'm gonna be honest.
I feel like he's.
I don't think you see in the season you got to keep your cool. You got to be professional.
You don't,
and you got the next game to look forward to. So that's a reason not to have conflict. Last game week. The next match is pre-season. I'm losing my head in that dressing room. I'm cussing him out. I'm sorry.
100.
Anyway, who's next?
Let me run next.
Go on, Els.
81 points on a bench boost.
That's a good return.
It's a good return. I think I took out the wrong defender, so I took out Diaz and I brought in Kirkes, and I also took out Munoz and I brought in Wan-Bissaka. The only benefits about that is that Wan-Bissaka and Kirkes gave me points. However, if I had taken out Van den Berg and Livramento, I'd have been looking at a few more points.
Oh, because your team lost. You had Diaz and Gavardio.
Yeah.
So you would have doubled up on the clean. Oh, yeah.
Which is what cost me last week.
That's
why I didn't go ahead with this one.
I don't blame you.
Obviously, I took off captain of Watkins, luckily, and slapped it on Salah. I was worried throughout the game, thinking that he weren't going to do anything, but he got that. He got one more goal contribution, so he's hit that record. So that's what I was banking on with that last-minute decision. But my favourite transfer that I did was I took out, although Sarr did bang, but I took out Sarr and I brought in Semenyo.
Yes, that was a
great.
shout still.
That was amazing.
That was a shout.
really
Yeah.
My only downfall is I was tempted to captain him.
Yeah.
But you guys know I've been taking a few risks recently, and I said, you know what? Not today. I'm gonna play it safe. But it turns out I should have done the risk.
Yeah. That would have been very good differential.
That's a good return though. 81 points.
Yeah.
How much did Father? Oh, we'll talk about it in the league, but how much did Father for them get?
72.
So you done better than him, but not enough to win the league,
72.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Congratulations, second though.
Yeah, well
Congratulations.
Done,
Part of
the BTS, you know.
Yeah.
Representing.
Yeah.
Love that, Els.
Good. KSL.
Yeah, I got 53. Not what I wanted. I wanted at least 70 from this, 70 or so. It would have got me into top 3, I think, 70 odd. But I ended up in 5th, so not where I wanted to be. But it could have been worse from what happened. I had a minus, obviously, from Martinez getting sent off, which really messed things up. And then I had a late goal against Newcastle, because I double Newcastle. Had I had those.
Oh, Pope and Livramento.
Yeah,
late goals are sucked.
Yeah, and Pope got the saves as well.
Yeah,
so 7 plus 6, that's 13. Plus, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3. Plus 7, or so that would have been around 20 odd. So yeah, a bit annoyed, but in the end, I finished in a decent position, like not the worst position. Top 5, I'll take it. And yeah, European football next season. Champions League. We'll take it.
So what? So you're 5th.
Yeah.
So who got 5th in the Prem again? Newcastle.
Yeah.
So you're Newcastle.
Yeah.
Els, you're Arsenal. How befitting.
Els.
And I got 12, so I'm Palace.
Yo,
hang tight, my FA Cup, boy.
Yeah. Got a trophy.
What are you saying?
I got a trophy.
We're all in European football next season, yeah?
Yeah.
And who's pilot? Man United, you got 15th.
Yeah. How I run? Oh wait. How I run it? Man is Amaron then, yeah.
He's hammering.
He's Ruben Amaron. I can't wait.
Next year, Pilot, I think you should change your name to your manager team. Ruben Amaron FC.
Ruben Amaron. Yeah, that would be funny.
Hey, that could be his forfeit, you know.
That is, yeah. He has to
He's
change
got
it.
a lot. You got some forfeits. We'll think of yours, yeah.
Yeah, I'm man.
Like
Yeah.
El's Arteta. El Baller's Arteta.
Yeah. I can be called Eddie Howe if you want, blood. I can call myself Eddie Howe's friggin' Magpies or whatever, blood.
I could be called FA Cup.
Nah, bro. You just could be called the Eagles if you want, man. We'll call you the Eagles, man. That's mad. That Pilot's actually finished in the same position as United. Yeah, we can. Yeah, that's actually good.
Pilot.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to
Pilot. Hurry up and come back, blood.
Say, my bad. Ruben. I can't wait for you to come back.
Ruben, what's going on?
That's banter.
Mad.
Alright, cool. Team of the week. We have someone in HMP who unfortunately didn't do enough to get them out of HMP, but they got the most points, so we got to give flowers for that, man.
Fred's Gunner.
Fred Gunners.
Fred's Gunners, yes.
How much points did he get?
74 points.
74 points.
Just to confirm, obviously with my 81, I've got to take off a minus for my investments. But
so that's what. Yeah, cool.
Thing is as well, I can say he said he came 18th, but finish with a point. He finished with a point to prove is what he said. A point to prove. That's what he said.
He's signing out in style.
That's what he said. Yeah, finish strongly in it. As you mean to go on. So
looking at his team though, listen. Obviously, he's gonna get Keane coming in for Timber.
Yeah.
That's 6 points.
Yeah.
He had Bowen, Odegaard, Salah, Mbeumo, Mikalenko, and Kirkes as his players that delivered for him.
Yep.
That's decent.
Yeah.
Who was his captain?
Mbeumo.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Worms, yes, he had him. So.
Decent indeed.
Did he forget to do his team, or was that fluke?
No, he didn't. Timber's on the bench there.
Alright, cool.
He might have thought he was actually gonna play, bro.
Alright.
So
leading with bum of the week.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold.
Hey,
I believe so. Wait.
Let me say something on Stone Cold, yeah? So you see, for me, who was you, man? The Rock or Stone Cold?
I was more The Rock, to be fair. But
Else, Rock or Stone Cold?
Yeah, The Rock.
The Rock still.
Yeah.
I hate
But
Stone
But
Cold.
Stone Cold, he was cold.
He was cold.
He was cold. He was.
But unfortunately, Stone Cold stunned himself this week
with a 3-point bench boost.
with a 3-point bench boost. Mad, yeah. But
That's mad.
Stone Cold, sorry, you got bum of the week, man.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's all right. You can break your, you can try your best to break your brother out of probation, I guess. No,
He's trying to do a Michael Schofield. His brother got birded, and he's like, "Yo," and I thought he was on the way out, but you got birded. I'm coming in. I'm coming to get you.
Say no more. Yeah,
Mad. All right, so Banter League, man. Els, talk us through the Banter League, man. Let's have a conversation.
So, the FPL Banter League has come to its end, and the standings are: in first place, we are Father for them. So salute you. Well done.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah. Well done, man.
Congratulations.
Well done.
I held on to second place. After me, we have Albie giving up. That's the top three.
Yeah.
Yep, he didn't give up.
Nope.
No, he didn't.
Through no fault of his own.
But yeah, I mean, look, you guys know what the league is like throughout the year. We've had everyone have ups and downs, minus the bottom three from HMP.
Yeah.
Throughout the season, you've had people going from probation, getting in the club, peaking at VIP, dropping back down to getting kicked out of the club. We've had people. No, do you know what? We've had one person who, starting from January, said, I'm going to hold on to this position for the second half of the whole season. And they almost done it.
They almost done it. They almost kept the position.
The most consistent team that held on to 16th ends up falling short and finishing in HMP. That's London FC. But guys, the thing that makes our league a funny, stressful, emotional, argumentative, the list can go on, is the rivalries that we have. So I'm gonna start with my favorite rivalry. That is KSR, our guy Craig, against Father for them. Obviously, Father for them's won it. Craig, you come fifth. But the way you two go at each other is my favorite. It's my favorite rivalry in the league. But talk me through it.
I think the rivalry started what, 4 years ago or something like that. I've lost out maybe 4 or 5 times. I've won once. So for me, it's always about coming back. Next season, I gotta try and there will be another bet next season, and yeah, we'll see who wins out. I need to start winning again though, because he's won this year, I won last year. I need to win next year, and then we see. But I feel like now there's new rivalries developing, which are also maybe gonna rival us, and we have to see. And I think we need to speak about how we define rivalries these days. How we define the word rivalries.
I think we might need to do a whole episode on that.
I think we have to actually do a whole episode of that, because I think the meaning has lost its meaning.
But Shorty bless. We're gonna get you on the pod for the rivalry chat.
Yeah. Rivalries, what does it really mean to be a rival? Is it location? Is it position? What does it mean? That's what we want to know.
And I think the most controversial rivalry this season is gonna go down to ADR Ashley versus Miles. Stop Fabregas.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be one of the most controversial, because I think it is now, and I think it wouldn't have been as much so if ADR hadn't finished above Stop Fabregas. And however, I think this is going to be an interesting thing. Watch this space for next season, because if both of them are involved next season, I hope they are, because it will make for a very interesting league next season. I really hope they are, because I can see there being this could get mad. It could go from like a 4 bill bet to an 8 bill bet to maybe even £1,000. Put it all on £1,000. Let's go.
Let me say something. Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
So big up ADR for the turnaround. Yeah. People need to understand ADR finishing 4th is like Ipswich finishing 4th this year, yeah? But so there's that. But ADR and stop Fabregasing. Please bet each other next season again. We need a round 2. Please. That was one of the most entertaining rivalries I've seen in a while.
I think it could be huge, like a huge bet, because I feel like one of them, well, obviously, Stop Fabregas is going to want his money back, but also ADR is going to want extra.
He's going to want more.
So it's going to...
To be fair, ADR is playing catch up with his bets.
Yeah.
So I know he was very happy to be able to claw in such a big amount with beating Miles.
Yeah.
This ain't so much of a rivalry as such compared to the first two that we've spoken about, but it's a little bit of in-house banter between BTS. There's obviously the league position finishings of our very own Corey and Pilot.
Pilot, yeah. Who's
Corey,
sitting on that? Who's sitting on that chair? I'll let Corey discuss.
Do you know what? Yeah, I was worried because of the I knew I was ahead of Pilot, and I had bench boost. Yeah, I was worried that I might have bottled it with Pilot. And this rivalry, me and Pilot, started because one day I said, when I'm not doing well, I just look at where Pilot is in the league and I feel better. And boys, that felt good today. Pilot, it felt good today.
I actually don't know when it started. When this started.
No, it started when I said that. It started when I said.
When in the season?
Like midway? Was it midway?
It might have been
Or just
February, around February times that I said it.
Then all of a sudden, and then
after the blank, maybe.
All of a sudden there was beef. Like I was like, what's going on? Like, wait, who's what? Wait, what?
Because you know what it is? Pilot didn't know all this time I was using his team for therapy. But you know what? If you look at external circumstances, Pilot going on holiday, I mean, when he's in the country, he still mashes up his team. Yeah. And I think he's kept up with his team on holiday, but him being on holiday just added. So I'm going to be encouraging him to do all sorts of crazy.
Don't go on no more holidays this season. Don't go on no more holidays, man.
Yeah, but Pilot, you were a good rival. Thank you for that. Good luck next season, man.
It's all mad. Yeah. It's all mad.
And I think finishing it off, again, not so much of a rivalry, but everyone in the league had close eyes on this. And it's Pierre and David, Shower Posse and London FC.
Yeah.
Everyone had eyes on whether Shower Posse was going to get his release and whether David London was going to finally get locked up. And it turns out it did finish with London FC being in HMP, finishing on the 17th position, with Shower Posse with a bit of a gap in probation.
I need to say this as well, because this is something that we've been speaking about since the start of the season, right? And yes, we all rate people that have trophies and championships. We all do through time, not just in FPL, but just in general, in football in general, right? Yeah. But if you are a champion, right, like Man United, right? United, and you've won the league, Premier League, 13 times while I've been alive anyway, right? And you've won all these trophies. Not just one, by the way, but all these trophies. You can still be considered rubbish and whack and below par or whatever you want to call it in that specific moment. Like now, for example, it's United's banter season. It's been United's banter seasons for a couple seasons now.
Are you saying that this is London FC's banter season?
Listen, whoa. I mean, next season, if he's around the same place, last season he was 12th. I checked it. This season he's finished, what is it, 17th? So if he's not above what we saying, like if he's not top 10 next season, then we got to call. I don't know. I don't know.
Let me smoke up David. Yeah, right now. Yeah. All right. Listen. Once upon a time in this season, a man said, "Raw, 4 men on the panel, but no trophy."
Yeah, that was mad.
And we all finished above him, including Pilot.
Yeah, that's bad. Oh.
And he finished in HMP.
Yeah, that's bad.
So actually, he don't chat that much. Yeah.
Nope.
But he did chat on that.
Yeah, he did.
And look at where he is now.
You four man doing panels, but you man aren't even ain't even trophy. You're trophyless and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, but I mean, Blackburn got a trophy, Leicester got a trophy, a couple other teams got trophies.
Where are they now?
United got hella trophies. We are United, bro. We won bare stuff, but people still talk on our name.
But hey, big up Pierre, yeah? Obviously, met Pierre when we went away Tenerife a couple years ago. Yeah. Nice guy, man. He's a top guy.
Big up Pierre.
And so yeah, big up Pierre. Humble guy.
He tried, yeah. He tried. He really did try.
Yeah.
He really did try, and I felt for my cause. But however, I will say he did bet against me. So cause I feel bad. I felt bad for you, but at the same time, I was like, you need to lose one of your bets, but I didn't want you to lose all your bets.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that in the end you lost. I think you lost all your bets. However, you didn't lose that one. That little match against David. So that's all right.
And I think he's learned a lesson because I bet him that you will finish above him.
Yeah.
And then he chucked in, well, I'll accept that bet if you bet me. So he just chucked away £50 right there, blood.
Moral of the story, cuz never bet against family ever. Don't bet against I'll never bet against you.
All right, guys. To wrap up the FPL Banter League, there's two questions I want to ask you guys.
Yes.
The first question is, where are you expecting to finish for yourselves next season?
Next season, where we expect to finish? Well, it's got to be. I got to look for top three next season. Have to top 300 podium next season.
And just to confirm, this isn't where you're hoping. I want you to say I'm finishing here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm finishing top 3. I'm confident.
Alright. You see me, yeah? Right now, we got vibes, we got shisha, we got the music in the background. I want to finish in a club.
Top 7.
Gem pop minimum.
What's that? Top 7.
That's top 8.
Top 8.
Yeah, minimum. This is where I want to be doing my interviews from. You see it? Got a couple juice there, got the music, vibing, you get me, the lights. I don't want to be in the queue. So yeah, minimum. And then the season after that, VIP, progression.
Okay. Yeah. Well, at the beginning of this season, as we managed to find a message, I said I'm getting a podium finish, and I stuck to that this season. I'm telling you guys from now, you see next season, it's another podium finish. I'm not stepping out of VIP.
Yeah. VIP is nice, isn't it?
It's cushy. It's cushy. You know what? It's cushy, but there's a little bit of stress because you got to prove to the people that's watching you. But it's nice over here.
You don't need to help me with diff captains, yeah?
1 second.
Go on.
And the second question,
go on.
Tell me one person that you want to make a bet with next season for yourself.
See, I don't normally. Well, I bet Ashley, so I do bets, and now I have to do a £200 stake because of my bet with Ashley. Yeah. You don't know my bet with Ashley, do you?
No.
So my bet with Ashley for next season is that he gets 25% of my winnings, because he gave me 2 bills. He gave me a 120 cash out from 2 bills.
All right.
So he gave me a 120 cash out. I negotiated that down from a 150 cash out, But the draw was he gets 25% of my winnings next season, right? And if I don't bet £200 in total, then I have to pay him the difference of my cash out, which is £80. So I can't bet Ashley next season because I'm at a double loss if I lose. But I don't mind betting Pierre again, and I might, if I was to bet someone. That's a hard question, you know.
Nah, I think
if I gotta pick someone.
Maybe, you know what I think you would be a good bet?
I'm betting Pilot. We gotta put P's on that. That was a cashless rivalry, so that's mine.
But also maybe Shots would be a good shout. You and Shots going at it.
Yeah, Shots bet.
Yeah.
He normally does. This season he was quiet, but previously every season
he's been betting. He didn't bet this season.
He finished one place above me, you know.
Yeah.
So progression. Yeah, all right. So Shots or Pilot.
Yeah.
Are you not trying to trap me though?
Nah. Or even also Taser. if he wants to bet. You and Taser. That'd be good.
Taser's unpredictable. Because sometimes he's like busy and he leaves it to chance. But then I feel like if he focuses, he pulls a rabbit out the hat.
But do you know what I mean? The people in and around you, I think, why not?
Yeah.
If you finish in top 8, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry, where did I finish the shots? Because I was looking at the wrong table. Just read that for me and then answer your question for.
Shots finished 9th with 2-3-2-5, and you finished 12th with 2-3-0-7.
Alright, so he's in range.
Yeah.
He's in range. Yeah.
Cool.
And for me, guys, I'm ready to kind of bet anyone outside of. I'll be honest, outside of Father for them, outside of Taser, and I know you lot are thinking, why Taser? I've seen what he can do in certain seasons, and I don't trust the powers that works behind him certain times.
What works behind him?
I don't trust the powers.
Oh, is there some spells and stuff?
Bro, he pulls in some powers from certain weeks, and you're looking at it and you're like, that don't make sense, but he's done it. So I don't trust him.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, and Craig.
Yeah, and me.
Yeah. Because I can't be bothered with the stress, to be honest with you. I think you'll be a stressful person.
I wouldn't be a stressful person.
No, you would be, because we're on the pod. I don't think I'd enjoy things as much because you ain't going to be talking, I ain't going to be talking.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But other than that, man, them, come chat to me next season, man. Get your money up.
For me,
Go on.
betting wise, it's going to be Gerald again. Every season it's me and Gerald. Got to keep up the rivalry. Albie, I want to bet if he decides to not quit. Don't quit, Albie. Don't quit. Please. I want to bet you next season. Ashley, as always, every season. I got to get that winning back. He has paid me the last few, but I'll give it to him. I paid him this season. And then I think I want to bet. I want to bet shots as well, bruv. He's had a little couple comments. I want to bet shots as well because he's never finished above me. I don't think. Maybe once, but that's it. And then David as well. I want to bet again. I want to have a different type of bet. David didn't want to bet me like team to team.
Yeah.
He wanted to put his money on other people. So I'd like to have a straight bet with David. And then Shorty, because Shorty talks too much. So and doesn't want to bet. So he said he's never bet in the he's only bet once and he lost to Ashley. Alright, so bet me.
The one bet he had, he lost
the
to
one
Ashley.
bet he had, he lost to
this year?
to Ashley. No, not this year.
Oh.
I don't know what that bet was. I don't know what that was. I think it was for something else. But yeah, I want to bet Shorty 100%. But he's never gonna bet me. This is the thing. Half of the people that I'm naming aren't gonna want to bet me. So what can I do? And no one from the and Pilot because I beat him and he owes he lost Pilot. Pilot. That's it really. Oh, sorry, I forgot one more person. How can I forget this person? The most important one of them all.
Go on.
Not even Gerald. The most important person that I want to bet next season, and I really pray that he plays, is Marv, Abby Raiders, Marvin, whatever you want to call yourself, Marvin Sordell. I don't care, blood. I want to bet you next season, and if you would not like to, I'm sorry, it's going to be smoke from beginning to end. Because everything I predicted that would happen to you, happened. And then
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, let's move on to Diff Captains, yeah? I'm going to need you, man, to help me because the app's moving mad. But Pilot's Diff Captain was Kivior. Kivior got 2 points. Mine was Saka. And I changed it from Trossard, man. I'm fuming. So I got 2 points. Do you not remember who your Diff Captains was?
Yeah, I did Bowen.
I did Mbeumo.
Oh, my days. All right, so who got...
I think I did Mbeumo.
All right, we could do the quick maths.
I think.
Now, you definitely did Bowen.
Yeah.
You gotta remember you did.
Who did I? No, did I? I did it because I said I would do like a Brentford, didn't I? I said Brentford. Who did I do again? Did you not write it down?
Right, we did an outdoor thing, innit?
It was outdoor.
Yeah. We did Nando's, innit?
Yes, I think I did say Mbeumo. Oh, I need to double check.
Even if you did Mbeumo,
I can't think of who else I would do.
how many points did Bowen get? Because I think Els has won Diff League because you had 13 points
points.
Yeah. Bowen.
Yeah, Bowen got 13 points and Bowen got 8.
Yeah. So the diff captain league standing is Els, you, me, then Pilot. So you saying I beat Pilot again? I beat Pilot again.
That's mad.
That is mad. Do you know what though? Big up Pilot, yeah, because I actually started this. He never smoked me up, but he responded, so he's guilty by condoning.
Pilot would come on every other week if he finished better than Corey and be like, "Oh wait, hold on, you're on the chair today."
How's your therapy going?
I want to talk about it.
He'll be like, "There we go, Corey, come chat to me." Well, guess what, Pilot? Come chat to me, bro. You need some shisha, Pilot.
Hey, I want to see that rivalry develop next season still.
Yeah.
I do, because I just feel like Pilot every season is just, it could be a banker at the moment. I thought it was Ashley, and now things are starting to change.
Wait. Are you putting Pilot in Ash's position?
I guess maybe. I guess so. Possibly. Pilot finished bad last season before, and now this season he's finished 15th.
Pilot, no holidays next season.
Yeah, bro. No holidays.
No,
bro.
more holidays.
No holidays.
More.
No alcohol.
More.
Nah, yeah.
FPL.
No cans. Minimal cans.
I'm gonna be buying him cans.
No cans.
I'm gonna be buying him cans. More of this, but with alcohol.
No cans, Pilot. Don't be doing it to yourself, bro. I don't even know how much it is that now that you owe. Let's not do it. Come on.
All right, boys. So, end of episode pod. Yeah. I had a topic that I wanted to talk about. But I don't know if we want to do it at the end of season review. But I want to know who you lot would say had a better managerial season than Arteta, who came second. Do you want to talk about that now or end the season review?
What? Who had a better season than who?
As a manager, who had a better season than Arteta? As a manager.
Wait, you said no, but
what?
the way you asked the question is that he had a good season.
No, I didn't imply. I just said who had a better, whether he had a good or bad.
Why are you saying as a manager?
Like, for example, like
As a manager, because
so a simple answer is Slot, because Slot won.
yeah. So Slot's one. Can you name me 4 managers that outperformed Arteta this season in the league?
Nuno,
But he finished bottom, didn't get Champions League, no cup.
He outperformed him for
Eddie
bringing
Howe.
Nottingham Forest in that position.
But he didn't get a cup. He didn't get Champions League.
Eddie Howe.
Glasner,
Glasner got a cup. Cool.
Eddie Howe.
Ange.
So hold on. So Ange and Glasner had a better season than Arteta because of the FA Cup and Europa League.
Yes.
I'm just going with Eddie Howe, because I feel like Eddie Howe finished in Champions League spot himself and also won their first trophy.
I hear Eddie Howe. Yeah. I don't hear Glasner.
I still think Glasner's done something that no other manager has done ever for Crystal Palace, ever in history.
No, it's a good achievement.
Ever, by the way, ever.
He gave Crystal Palace something they've never had before. It's not like he done it with a top 6 team. He's beaten everyone in the Prem to get there as well. Not everyone, but the teams in the league to get there. I think he's had a brilliant season.
So we got Slot, Howe, Glasner, just 3 managers, yeah? So what? Arteta's top 5 managers in the league this season, yeah?
Nah.
No.
All right, so name
I
another
already
one.
told you. I personally,
Nuno in
I
there.
put Nuno
All
in
right,
there.
so that's 4.
And I put Ange.
You put Ange above.
Yeah.
Tottenham.
Bro, you don't get nothing for
that's
finishing second.
He finished. Did he finish 17th?
Yeah.
So he finished 17th.
With the same thing you've got, Champions League football next season.
Yeah, but he finished 17th.
With a trophy.
With a trophy.
Yeah, but he finished 17th.
Yeah, and North London is white thanks to him.
Can I ask you a question? Apart from the so obviously Ange got Champions League football, Arteta got Champions League football, right?
Yeah, they both got Champions League football. One got second, one got
What does
17th.
the league position matter if you don't if what you
the
get
result.
is the same in the end?
It's like an
your result.
exam.
Okay, I'll tell you what it matters.
It's like an exam. If
what
you
is it?
study for an exam and someone cheated for an exam, but you both got an A,
What does it matter?
Okay.
Like what benefit do Arsenal have apart from the extra money? Because you have
No. Don't say apart from. Don't say about. No, you can't. You can't.
But
The extra money. The extra money because the incentive of finishing higher in the league is you get significantly more money.
No, it is.
No,
It is a
it's
lot.
significant. It's significant.
What's this?
I'll tell you next episode, but it's
over
significant.
60-70 mil difference.
60-70 mil.
Yeah.
All right.
No, because here's my thing, yeah. People shit on second, yeah. Fair play, you do, but ultimately, you get enough money to reinvest in your squad and build to be better. You see what I'm saying?
Can I tell you something? I'm gonna be honest. As a play, it depends how you look at it, right? So as a fan, you look at it in one way, right? As a manager or coach, you look at it like in another way, and as a player, you look at it in a way. For me, I'm looking at it from I'm a player aspect and also a fan, but not as a manager or a chairman of the board or financial. I'm not looking at it like that. As a player,
no, but why are you not looking at that?
You know what it is?
I'm looking at it as a fan, right? Firstly, and then as a player, if I was playing in the team, right? Because that's how we like to view it.
Okay.
And I also want to view it as a fan because we are fans as well. So as a fan, what I want to see my team achieve year to year, yes, it's nice to see them get money because it can invest it in a club, blah, blah, fine. But if I live my whole life and see my club get second, third, fourth, second, fourth, fifth, second, third, second, until I die or while I'm still whatever, right? Coherent. Like for me, when I'm old and sitting on my bed, I don't have anything to be like memories wise. What did my team achieve? What did they do? And this isn't even a player aspect because that's even worse. But as a fan, because this is what we are. You are a fan. You're not on the board.
Let me answer as a fan. Yeah, because I think I think the trophy thing is important to a point. Yeah. No. Let me explain why. Right. Arsenal fans are unhappy and Tottenham fans are happy this year. Yeah.
Of course.
Facts. Right.
Yeah.
The issue I have though is for Arsenal to have achieved what Spurs did, we would have had to finish outside of a Champions League space last season, and Arsenal fans would have been pissed off by that. Like no Arsenal fan will ever say, I want to finish outside of a Champions League place to then compete in the Europa League against easier teams where Champions League teams aren't dropping out of so I can win a trophy. Do you know what it is? Arsenal fans would rather compete in the league and compete in the Champions League and push to win that.
Do you know what it is? Let me tell you what it is, yeah? I think it's the effects of what it has on a team. So, for example, if Liverpool finished second, it would have a different effect to whether they had a better season or, if they finished 17th compared to another team because they're used to winning trophies. You see, for Tottenham, not having trophies in so long, the effect of them being able to say, we've got a trophy and we have Champions League is what pushes it above the edge. Now, the effects of Arsenal coming second, those effects come into play towards next season. What does it mean for you next season? It means we have more money. But right now, Tottenham are like, we finally have a European trophy.
Yes, but the question is, it's about managers doing better. Like I can't hear you finish 17th out of the teams that didn't get relevant. They finished bottom of the Premier League.
Do you think Arsenal fans in general, and maybe you fall into that a little bit, do you think that it's because you've had some form of success when it comes to trophies while you've been watching Arsenal in your life, right? You've seen them win stuff. So it's not like it's like foreign to you. It's not like you like... Because I feel like, do you feel like you're a bit spoilt from before? You've done the Invincibles, you've done all these things, you have these other achievements. So now it's more like, okay, I'm looking at my team as like, when we're finishing second, when we're finishing third, it's okay because at the moment, financially, because we've done that already. So when I look at my team now, I'm not so like, because if you hadn't won anything, like Tottenham, like Newcastle, like Crystal Palace, if you had won nothing, or more or less nothing, right? One trophy in like 20, 40, 30 years. Would you still be talking to me about how much you're winning and where you're finishing? And
I'm not debating that, But what I struggle with is a manager. Like, remember, Tottenham didn't win the Champions League. They won the Europa League, It's still a trophy. But what I struggle with is a manager who finished 17th, bottom of the Premier League pack, bottom. And then a manager who's finished second in the Premier League, and that manager has edged it, not because he won Champions League, not even because he won a double, because he won the Europa League.
You know what's crazy
I
about
struggle. That? I'm not saying Tottenham fans aren't happier. I'm saying manager to manager, I struggle with Ange
hearing Ange had a better season than Arteta. I struggle.
Do you know what's crazy about that? If Arsenal would have finished 5th or 6th and Ange finishes 17th, you know Ange is less and wins that Europa League, which he did. Arteta's getting sacked and Ange ain't. Arteta's gone. If you guys finish 6th, no trophy.
Okay, if Arsenal finish outside Champions League places, no, 5th got you Champions League.
I know. If you
6th.
finish 5th, do you think that Arteta's gone? And
No, the board won't sack him. The board, that's a board thing though. That's a board thing.
I don't think.
No, the board,
they would.
the board won't, because they would have sacked him long time ago.
6th.
No, the board.
It would have had to, for me, for them to start to consider it, it would have had to have been outside the Champions League.
So 6th.
It would have
Possibly.
been, I think it would
To
have become
consider.
a conversation.
So potentially.
No, but that you're now talking
That's a league
about.
position.
No, but you're now talking about what the Arsenal board will do or don't do.
Right.
What I'm talking about is Ange's performance as a manager bombed the Premier League, and Arteta finishing 2nd. I think Arteta has had a better season than Ange.
I hear
but
that.
it's opinion. I hear that. But
Do you know what I think? Because, for example, you see, like me as a United fan, if we won the Europa and someone asks me who had the better season, if I take aside the fact that Ruben came in on his first season and won a trophy, let's just take away that it was his first season, I would have preferred to have been where Arsenal was. Because my mindset is what it means for next season. I don't care about the Europa. I'm a Manchester United supporter, but shouldn't even be playing Europa.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean when I say for Tottenham, for them, I think they're like, yo, this is huge.
It's huge.
And I think for the manager, for him being able to do that, and the effects of that is what's given him the better season than Arteta. So, for example, say next season the same thing happened, Arteta had a better season because all the effect of all that goodness of what you've done is done. You did it last season. It doesn't count no more. Now that was a terrible season, and Arteta's the one in a better position.
No, I love the perspective. I love the different perspective, and obviously everyone's gonna have their different views on this. But yeah, for me, like Ange, I think if Ange got sacked, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Now?
Yeah.
Now?
Yes, now.
No way.
Bro,
Yeah. Listen,
For telling them, he told them,
He's a hero.
he said, I'm getting a cup in the next season.
Okay.
And gave them Champions League football. No way he's getting sacked.
But let me tell you what ambition looks like. Mad or not, Di Matteo and Avram Grant. Wait, Di Matteo won the Champions League, didn't he, for Chelsea?
Yeah.
And got skied.
But they've had success before, so
But still, that like Di Matteo won the Champions League and got skied.
But that's what I'm
you've
saying.
won
From a
one.
club perspective, you're not skying someone who gave you a cup that you haven't been able to get before.
You're not.
Ten Hag got skied.
That's different, bro.
That's different. It's
United,
different.
bruv, United's a mess, bro.
Okay.
Absolute mess.
So Tottenham.
And United are used to getting cups in history.
Alright, so
Tottenham's not.
So Tottenham, if Tottenham got relegated, because the next position down for Tottenham was relegation. This is really bad.
Sky.
Alright,
They got relegated and then won a cup.
Sky, because the financial impact of relegation.
I'm sorry.
So
If you won it and you got relegated, Sky.
So Ange put Tottenham at. No, he didn't put them at risk because they were safe. To be fair,
And I feel like if they're real, if they had been in a position where they're fighting for relegation and they knew there was a chance they could
would
go
have skied the cup.
They would have skied the cup and they would have finished a bit higher than that. Or they wouldn't have finished in that quartet. They wouldn't have finished in that little three of them lot. They wouldn't. They would have won a couple more.
Here's my thing. Ange season, because of Europa Cup, I might give you at best a 7 out of 10. Arteta season, objectively speaking, taking emotion out of it, I'm giving Arteta at least a 7.5 out of 10.
The thing for me with Arteta is there's no progress.
Yeah, this is the first season he hasn't progressed. I agree with that. But he's still done better than 17 or 18 other teams in the Premier League.
No, 100%. But that's just the thing. For me, when you look at it from a season results, Ange has progressed from no cup to a cup. And
But he's bombed in the league.
I hear
he
that.
regressed in the league.
I hear that.
Arteta and Arsenal.
But this season, and Arteta's done the same thing as last season.
Arteta and Arsenal, I don't think are gonna, for the next few years, regardless whether he stays or whether he goes, I don't think Arsenal are going to be in position. One thing I will give him is he's put you in a position where you're not going to fall out of the top 4 or 5 for like the next 10 years. You're never going to, unless someone comes in and changes everything.
Yeah, I think
he's put you in a good position. I feel, this is my personal opinion, I feel that Arteta has taken you as far as he can take you. I feel like there's another manager. I think he's put you in a great position, where you guys are never gonna. For now.
The one I will agree with you when the board, because the Arteta's not the one who didn't buy striker in January. No, forget the process now. Spend the B Clark money, blood. Forget the process.
Well, you saw what they
spend the money.
Thinking about the money that they needed, extra bit of money for who was it?
Rodrigo. Yeah, speculation though. We don't know.
We don't know. Yeah.
But here's the thing. I would agree with you, Craig. Yeah. If the board backed Arteta in January, because Arteta said we need a striker. Arteta is not the one that did not go and buy a striker.
So would you say if the board give Arteta the players he needs, it does something different?
Listen. Here's my thing. If Arteta gets a striker, gets 3 players, forget defense now. If he gets an attacker and a winger and a creative midfielder, because the base, like the 8, the 6 and the defense is sorted now, yeah? If we hold on to them players, hold on to Partey, we're good. If Zubimendi comes in, that part of is good. We perform defensively well in the Champions League. We perform defensively well in the Premier League. I think we got the best defense in the Premier League. What's lacking is attack. So if he gets the attack and he don't deliver, he don't get a trophy, gone.
Is it what in that first season?
In that first season.
But do you know what? I do hear what you're saying, because if a manager gets a chance to get the players that he wants to do what he wants to do, that's when you really have to test him.
Though, can I just say, he did get the players that he wanted.
No, but hear what I'm saying.
No, but he didn't get all of them.
He didn't get all of them.
That's what I mean, because it's like when Corey talks about Ruben. So Corey would agree. But that's what I'm saying. So Corey would agree with saying Ruben needs the players that he wants. I would agree. Before you can start to judge it.
Let me say this on camera now. I agree that if you want to judge Ruben fairly, give him the players that he wants. However, my concern for you lot is how long is that going to take, and can you withstand the pain from that time? That's my only concern.
I can't stand the pain.
So yeah,
I feel like we can.
And let me just say one more thing on Arteta. The reason why I say 1 season only, because he's got the defense working how he wants it. He's got the midfield working how he wants it. His remaining job is to get the physios to do their damn job and get the best out of the new signings. That's all he's got to do.
How long has he been there now?
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
So if he gets the striker that he wants, is it just a striker you're saying?
Striker, left winger, and creativity for Erdogan.
Striker, 3 players. So if he gets the 3 players next season, he has to deliver next season.
He has to deliver.
Or you want him out?
I'm on camera, yeah. I want him out.
And when you say deliver, what is that? Is that the league title? Is the Champions League? The FA Cup? Is it any cup? Or is it, what is it?
For me, it has to be the Premier League, because even if Salah has another phenomenal season, even if Haaland has another phenomenal season, that's always been our gap. We've always been 1 player away from competing. So if we get that player, then good. Now, Arteta, I'm going to criticize you. You flopped with Havertz. I'm sorry. You flopped with Marino. Marino was supposed to be the 8. You flopped. Havertz was supposed to be the 8. You flopped. Declan Rice is the 8 now. Declan Rice is the 8. Erdegaard is the sort of the 8-10, 8/10. Go get Eze to compete with Erdegaard, or go get someone. Yeah? The midfield is set. All you've got to do is get the best out of your attack, and your job is complete. I don't even want to see a picture of Arteta in the training ground chatting to Gabriel and Saliba. They know what they're doing. Chat to the striker. Chat to the left winger.
Saliba's staying.
Yeah, you need to get them.
Yeah, Saliba's staying.
100%.
I'll be so surprised if Saliba goes, because what big team is good? Like, Arsenal's business savvy now. We're not the same team that was losing Aubameyang on a free, not getting any money for Ozil. We're going to get big bucks for Saliba if he goes.
Oh yeah, 100%. But the only thing I would say is maybe he won't go because Madrid have just signed a centre back, but he's a young centre back. Maybe they want experience.
Okay, but if Madrid come and get Saliba, I'm expecting 100 M's minimum, and that gives us the opportunity to reinvest.
Who would you bring?
I don't know yet. I don't know. But if Saliba goes, no excuses, go and reinvest that 100 M's minimum into another bad man centre back to pair up with with Gabriel. Milenkovic, 12 mil. Milenkovic. I don't want no excuses in that. Huh? On that note, yeah, man.
Yeah, and on that note, people, it's the last episode for the for FPL, I guess. Well, we're still going to talk about FPL and also some exciting things we've got coming up for next season. But yeah, otherwise, Pilot sends his goodbyes, I guess, as well. And that's it. I guess we're done.
Yeah. Hey, look, let me just say one more thing as well. Yeah. Like, I don't know what this episode is gonna look like. We're gonna be trying new stuff in it. We're new to the game. That was our first season. Next season's our first full season. Like, we're gonna experiment and try, but we're just gonna be giving vibes.
That's it.
BTS vibe. Don't matter where we are. Don't matter about lighting. We're gonna give vibes.
Yes.
So yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna have more
Wrap that up
features as
great,
well.
man.
More features as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know where to find us. You know where we are. We're on YouTube is Beyond The Sidelines. On TikTok and on Instagram it's Beyond The Sidelines Pod, and on X it is BTS Pod. People, peace out. We're out. We're done. Thanks for being with us. That's it.
Love.